What's going on, YouTube? Played in the golf outing today. I'm a little bit inebriated right now. We got UFC 291 tomorrow. I gotta be up early to finish the golf. 7:30 tomorrow. We got a late night show tonight. Just how it works out. We gotta get it done. We gotta get our picks in. My name is Bill. Here to provide you with some entertainment tonight. Hopefully help you make some money tomorrow. Before we get started, please like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support tremendously. We're at like 64 or 65 subscribers, so it'd definitely be cool to get that number up, you know? When I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to give away another NFT. We'll do that. My name is Bill. Let's get into it. This is KO Bets. Oh, I wanted to check some scores. So... I have baseball going. What are the Giants doing? 0-0. That's who I need to win. So let's recap last week. Holy shit. Stay on task, Bill. We had Aspinall, Tybura. Tom won, looked very impressive, looked good in his return to the UFC. Seems like he's going to be a contender for a long time, if not the champion. At heavyweight, a dream matchup for me, for Tom Aspinall, would be Cyril Gane. That would be so cool to see, I think. Spivak would also be, or sorry, not Spivak, whoever, sorry, I've had a few brews, whoever, Pavlovich would also be a cool fight. That would be cool to see. Molly McCann, losing to Julia Storlyarenko, that hurt. That was not something I expected. Julia Storlyarenko, kind of bad. And just to catch Molly McCann in a round one submission like that, it wasn't good by Meatball. Nathaniel Wood, Andre Fili, great fight. Kind of got also screwed on Paul Craig's 185 debut. Ends up KOing Andre Muniz. Ziam, Murphy, Marcos, Parsons, Alvarez, Parkin was an underdog pick we had. Mahmoud, Vieira, Chris Duncan, Bannon was the other loss we had. We had Philo. So overall, pretty good. Out of 15 fights, I think we got 3 wrong, which isn't bad. So pretty good week. But yeah, sheesh. It's actually when, like, yeah, these two were kind of bummers. Molly and Andre. And then Shauna, I thought, had a really good debut, but to be honest, I was busy at a wedding. I wasn't able to watch that fight to see. This week, we've got UFC 291. We've got Dustin Poirier taking on Justin Gaethje for the second time. Let's get into it. Miranda Maverick taking on Priscilla Cachoeira. Let's face it. Priscilla's not, like, she's a very entertaining fighter. She's not that good. I think Miranda Maverick is going to want to grapple in this fight. I think she probably holds a grappling advantage. Priscilla's going to want to keep this on the feet. I think the longer the fight goes on the feet, it's going to be advantageous for Priscilla, who just, like, look at this. Eats 7.85 strikes per minute. She's 5-2 in decisions, though. And Macy Barber's 4-5 in decisions. I really kind of worry if Macy Barber's not getting takedowns, if she's not able to get a submission. Like, I kind of worry about her maybe losing a decision to Priscilla, or maybe it being a split decision. I think Miranda Maverick does get it to the ground. Priscilla has 2 submission losses. I think Miranda Maverick scores a submission victory here. Let's see. Miranda Maverick is the favorite at -285. I don't know how I feel about laying that money line. Probably wouldn't. Yeah, I don't think the fight's going to go the distance at -135. I agree with the odds makers. I like the Miranda Maverick submission or the Priscilla Cachoeira knockout. Next fight we've got is Matthew Semmelsberger taking on Uros Medic. Medic's coming in here on short notice. Semmelsberger, he's on a 1-fight losing streak. Medic's on a 1-fight win streak. Medic is a very good fighter. I don't think like any of his fights have gone the distance, so I kind of like that prop, like something inside the distance. Semmelsberger carries huge power, has really good cardio. I think Uros might be a little better early in this fight. I kind of think we're going to get some sort of knockout from either side. I'm going to say Semmelsberger survives whatever comes his way in round 1 and ends up KOing Uros in like round 2. So I'm going to go with Semmelsberger at -205. I don't love that, but I do like that the fight doesn't go the distance. The over-under was at 1.5 there. I don't know about 1.5, but odds makers like the Semmelsberger KO. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that, and I think it could come in like round 2. Round 2 KO plus 500 for Semmelsberger. That's my prediction there. CJ Vergara is taking on... Okay. Is that fight done? Is there no more CJ Vergara? No, he's there. He's just further up. Let's do the next fight here. Jake Matthews taking on Darius Flowers. Jake Matthews is on a 1-fight losing streak. Darius Flowers is making his debut. Man, I kind of feel like this is another inside the distance bet. I feel like Darius Flowers gets the KO or Jake Matthews gets the submission victory. Flowers has 4 submission losses on his resume. I think Jake Matthews probably finds the submission in this fight. So I'm going to roll with Jake Matthews. -260 again. It's just like crazy. I kind of like fight doesn't go the distance. Like whenever you get in that -200 to -300 range, I kind of like parlaying those. if I'm gonna bet on them. So I might do like a round robin with this one. And then I'd say I like the Jake Matthews submission, which is plus 180. Odds makers agree. The next fight we've got is Roman Kopylov taking on Claudio Ribeiro. Kopylov, he is on a 2-fight win streak. He's 2-2 in the UFC. And then Ribeiro's on a 1-fight win streak. Ribeiro was on Dana White Contender Series. Very raw, very athletic. I think he's probably most dangerous early. He definitely seems to gas himself out. I did see a post where like the elevations people were training at was posted, and Ribeiro definitely fights at a higher altitude than Kopylov, but I just feel like in this fight, as long as Kopylov doesn't get hurt really bad in round 1 and caught super clean, like his technical ability's probably just going to shine through in this, and he's just going to be the better boxer and striker in this fight. I think this plays out on the feet. I definitely think someone gets knocked out in this. Gosh, that's 3 finishes in a row I'm predicting, but I like the finish here. I like Roman Kopylov to get it done via knockout. Probably not round 1, but who knows? I'm not gonna go chasing rounds in this fight. Props, odds makers don't like this to go the distance. They agree. Yeah, I mean, the KO is going to be the preferred method of victory. CJ Vergara is taking on Vincius Salvador. CJ Vergara is on a 1-fight win streak. He's 2-2 in the UFC. And then Vincius just is coming off the loss to Victor Altamirano. I think in this fight, Salvador is going to be the better striker. I think he missed weight, but he's going to be the better striker. Just doesn't have a great gas tank. Got taken down his last fight. I don't know. This is an interesting one because I really trust the durability and the toughness of CJ Vergara, but like I almost got this feeling like Salvador's gonna get him early and hurt him. Salvador is a knockout artist. 13 out of 14 wins are all via knockout. Yeah, I don't know. I think Vergara's like the smart, logical pick. I'm just for some reason feeling Salvador. And like Victor Altamirano's like, isn't that who he fought? Let me make sure. Yeah. He's like a relentless grappler. Like that is pretty crazy. I think CJ Vergara is not, like, while he brings toughness, pressure, it's not like how Victor Altamirano fights. So I'm going to go with Salvador. I think he clips CJ Vergara rather early and knocks him out. Probably round 1. And Salvador is the slight underdog at plus 135. Odds makers do not like this to go the distance. I agree. I like the Altamirano KO at plus 240. They like the CJ Vergara at plus 180. I do think like the longer the fight goes, it definitely plays to the advantages of CJ Vergara and his style, but give me Salvador to end it early. Next fight is Gabriel Bonfim taking on Trevin Giles. I stylistically in this fight, I just like Trevin Giles is good, but I just really like Bonfim here. And his brother lost last week, and maybe it wasn't last week. Might have been 2 weeks ago that ticked me off. But Bonfim, just very well-rounded. But as far as like boxing, I think he's just gonna be better in this fight. I think the Bonfim bros are just really tremendous boxers. I think, man, this is crazy. Everyone's getting knocked out. I think Bonfim could knock out Trevin Giles. I probably won't bet on that. I probably will take... Dude, Trevin Giles can't be a favorite at minus 315. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Bonfim's minus 340. What are you doing, UFC? Look at this. Bonfim is, I think, just a little bit better boxing and dangerous submission artist. I think he's just going to get some sort of finish in this fight. So I'm going to go with Bonfim minus 340. Over or under 1.5, I don't know. I don't think it goes the distance. I do think Bonfim gets some sort of finish, so I'd have to say Bonfim KO or submission minus 225. I'd probably just do money line and parlay at that point. Now on to the main card. We've got Michael Chiesa taking on Kevin Holland. Michael Chiesa is coming off of a 2-fight losing streak. He's taken some time off, and Kevin Holland's coming off of his loss to Stephen Thompson, who we'll talk about later tonight. But I think this comes down to, you've got a grappler against a striker, very elite jiu-jitsu artist against a very elite striker. And Kevin Holland's the striker. Michael Chiesa's the jiu-jitsu artist, the grappler. I think Kevin Holland probably wins this fight. And I think that simply because, Chiesa's taking some time off, and his stand-up game is awful. So if he's not able to get a takedown early against Kevin Holland, I think Kevin Holland's just going to piece him up and probably knock him out. So I do like, again, the finish here, whether it's the Chiesa submission or the Kevin Holland KO. I do not think this fight is going the distance, and I'm leaning towards Kevin Holland to keep the fight on the feet and score a KO. Minus 145 favorite for Kevin Holland. Odds makers don't like it to go the distance. They like the Chiesa submission or the Holland KO. I think if Chiesa's going to win this fight, he's got to hit takedowns, and he's got to just have better output and better volume, and he's just really bad on the feet. So it'll be interesting. Tony Ferguson taking on Bobby Green. El Kukui taking on King. These guys are some personalities, I'll tell you what. I really like Tony Ferguson. He's crazy. This dude was talking about hunting a bear, and when they asked him if he had some sort of weapon, he pulled a knife out of his pocket and said, "Nothing but blades and shades. I don't fuck around." Like, this dude is kind of, both of them are just like fully gone, right? I shouldn't say that. They both sound crazy though sometimes, just the way they talk. I would say Bobby Green just seems like some of the stuff he does is just kind of dumb, and then Tony Ferguson maybe seems a little more on that, he's tightroping that normal person behavior, and Bobby Green, it's just like, I don't know. he's just we just grew up at different lifestyles, I think is what that comes down to. But yeah, just kind of crazy to see him. He's just crazy. He does some crazy ass shit. So anyways, we've got Bobby Green taking on Tony Ferguson. And gosh, if this was, 2018, 2017, 2019 even, you're going with Tony Ferguson. But ever since that Gaethje fight, I think he's lost 5 in a row. Yeah, he's on a 5-fight losing streak. Like, this is definitely a fight he could win. I just feel like the way Bobby Green fights, the boxing, I don't... Like, Tony's not moving the same as he used to. He's definitely not as limber. Seems like his body's... Like, he was hard on himself, You see the videos of him just, like, kicking metal. It's like, damn, like... That's a lot of wear and tear on Tony's body. And, not that Bobby Green hasn't experienced that too. He's also got a lot of fights under his belt, but I don't know. Just stylistically, I think this is a tough matchup for Tony. I'm rooting for him, but I kind of like the Bobby Green KO here. I think that's the likely outcome. Bobby Green is the favorite at minus 360. I mean, I like something inside the distance. Is basically a pick-em. But, yeah, I like Bobby Green to win via KO. And then, I might take a little bit of flyer money on Tony Ferguson. It's just like, on paper, it's just crazy to see, Ferguson and Bobby Green just where they're at, facing each other now. It's kind of nuts. Derek Lewis taking on Marcos Rogerio de Lima. De Lima's probably the better overall fighter. Has some grappling to his game, kicks hard, and has big power. But I'm rolling with Derek Lewis. I think as soon as De Lima fires off those kicks, just fire some missiles back at De Lima's head, right? Just knock him out. I think this is a round 1 finish kind of regardless. I do really worry if De Lima's getting the kicks off early. Like, I don't think Derek Lewis can handle that, and he'll probably get finished in the first round. Can't tell if the cat's outside of this door or a different door. But, yeah, I'm going to roll with Derek Lewis in this fight. He is the underdog, which obviously I'm cool with. Derek Lewis plus 180. Yeah, I'd say under 1.5. Odds makers do not like it to go the distance, and yeah, they like some form of the KO, which for either fighter, the KO comes in at minus 400. So, I like the Lewis KO though. Probably round 1. The next fight we've got is the co-main event. Great fight. Jan Blachowicz taking on Alex Pereira. Pereira's coming off the loss to... Wait. What the? What the? What the fuck is Pereira's problem? Are you kidding me? I don't really give a fuck. Dude, that's like the dude's big. Just go up and wait. It's ridiculous that he couldn't make weight. Are you kidding me? Damn. I don't know. What do you think about that? Like, that just seems like I get it. It happens, but it just seems so unprofessional to me. And I don't know if Pereira's ever missed weight before. Maybe I'm freaking out a little bit, but he's big. Like, he probably should fight up. I think he was going to lose to Stephen Thompson, too. Like, he might have looked good early, but I think he was going to lose. Anyways, fuck that guy. Jan Blachowicz taking on Alex Pereira. Pereira's coming off the loss to Israel Adesanya, and Jan's coming off the draw with Magomed Ankalaev. I think Jan lost that fight. I think it was pretty decisively in favor of Ankalaev, but you know, it was a boring fight at certain points, and it definitely seemed like after 10 minutes, both fighters were content to let it play out like a decision, and Ankalaev was able to get takedowns and hold position, and that's pretty much what happened. Pereira, after knocking out Israel Adesanya, gets knocked out by Izzy, right? Loses the belt, decides he's going to go up to 205, and he's still really big compared to Jan. And at this point, like, Jan just seems like he hurts really bad to, like, punch, to be punched by, to kick, to be kicked by. He had Ankalaev's legs beat up, and then, you know, Rakic had the knee injury, but I do kind of wonder if it had anything to do with kicking Jan right before that. But Jan's just like, he's a beast. He's a beast. But I think if he keeps this fight standing, he's going to get knocked out. And I kind of think it might end up playing out on the feet a little bit. And I don't think that's going to be good for Jan. If Jan wants to win, I think he's just got to get takedowns, right? That's all I would suggest doing. If he's going to stand and trade with Pereira, he's going to get knocked out. I'm going to roll with Pereira, slight underdog. It's essentially a pick'em, but I'm going to go with Pereira to win this via knockout. Checking the odds, it's a pick'em at this point. And the winning method, I'd say Pereira knockout. That would be my prediction. The next fight and the final fight of the night is Dustin Poirier taking on Justin Gaethje. This is an amazing fight. It's for the BMF title, which is just like they both said, just like a legacy thing. Doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of fighting, but they're fighting for it. They're both like 6-2 since facing each other when Dustin won, and their only losses are to Charles and Khabib, both of them. I kind of feel like Justin Gaethje's gotten a lot better since he fought Dustin, and I do think Dustin's gotten better as well. Don't get me wrong. but I think Justin Gaethje's maybe made more improvements. That still doesn't mean he's better than Poirier. Justin does train at altitude. Poirier said he was using a one of those oxygen beds. He was sleeping in something in oxygen deprivation, and said he went on a run, did some hiking, and felt fine. I don't know what to expect. Part of me thinks this time around Gaethje's gonna be very, very good. The only thing I worry about Gaethje is, like, Dustin's definitely more direct and more, like, compact with his boxing approach, whereas Justin Gaethje's very loopy and also hittable. Like, Gaethje gets hit a lot more. It says their defense percentage is about the same. Gaethje just seems to get hit an awful lot. And I think we've seen Justin Gaethje get wobbled. We haven't really seen that from Poirier recently. But yeah, like Gaethje against Chandler, he was getting wobbly. He got wobbled against Ferguson, even. Yeah, I kind of think the smart money is to bet on Dustin Poirier to win this fight and just be a little more technically sound and direct. And I really like the finish in this fight, I'll say that. Some sort of knockout is what I would predict. The over-under's at 2.5. I don't know what to think about that, to be honest. I'd say over, but I don't know. Just because they went 3 rounds, I'm pretty sure, last fight, but I don't know. I don't feel great about that. I feel good about the fight doesn't go the distance, and I like the KO for either fighter. And that's where we're at. So, you can check out Twitter. See if there's anything cool going on. So let's check the scores. Oh shit, San Francisco's down. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just turn this off. I'm gonna, I appreciate y'all sticking through this with me. I'm gonna head to bed. I gotta go to bed. I gotta be up to golf tomorrow. Definitely plan on watching these fights, though, later tonight. I hope you all enjoy them. I hope you have a good, safe weekend. Please like the stream, subscribe to the channel. My name is Bill. This is KO Bets. Have a nice night.